Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, episode 2171, I do believe. Yep. And, well, I just finished with chilling with Jordy in Austin Putnam stream. I was not on the stream for Austin Putnam, but I was in the live chat there. Shout out to him. Go give him a subscribe if you haven't. He's a great movie critic. He says what movies are good, what movies are bad. He's always the movie expert. If you like movies and if you want to go see a movie, you just check out his YouTube channel and basically tell him, and basically watch his videos and listen to his opinions about the movies he's seen. So that's something that I'll be looking forward to. So go check out his channel at Austin Putnam. So Austin, shout out to you and thank you for acknowledging me in the live chat on your stream tonight. Appreciate it. You had a little fun with the Marvel Rivals thing. I thought it was a little fun. As you know, my vacation is winding down. Tomorrow technically is the last day, even though my vacation's already over. But today was my scheduled day off, and so it's tomorrow. And then Monday I go back to work. As you know, we're heading into the biggest weekend next weekend, WrestleMania. I will probably give my picks and predictions beforehand. Not only that, for Stand and Deliver as well. And that's another thing too. So be on the lookout for. So both WrestleMania cards are set unless things have changed. I will inform you of those changes during my report. During my event center reports, if there is changes. And that could be because they say card is subject to change. So be on the lookout for that. Really looking forward to what's going on at WrestleMania. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. Speaking of wrestling, we got to get into the second part of the Dynasty Fallout on WWE Collision. Now, next week, this is an interesting situation I'm in because this is crazy. One. AEW Collision is moved to Thursday, I think, due to the playoffs and hockey and basketball and stuff. So it'd be a special start time, 8 o'clock on Thursday. So that means I'm going to be doing rant and rave, watching TNA on my tablet, and watching AEW Collision on my TV. I don't know how I'm going to keep up with all this. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun situation to be in. So, and like I said, this next weekend, starting Thursday, it's going to get nuts. It's going to be like mostly wrestling every single day. You got Monday Night Raw. You got Tuesday night NXT. Wednesday night you got AEW Dynamite and WWE Evolve. You got and Thursday I got Rant and Rave, TNA and AEW Collision on a special night. Friday, you got SmackDown before WrestleMania. Saturday, you got Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Night 1. Sunday, you got WrestleMania Night 2. So a lot of stuff, a lot of ground to cover for me this week. I don't know how I'm going to, get it all to you guys, but I will find a way. I should have used this coming week as a vacation week instead of that. I usually thought that the first, few days in April will be WrestleMania. No, WrestleMania is moved. I should have known. I should have known that. I would have said 14th to the 18th instead of 7th to 11th. Had I known and figured that out, I would have. Unfortunately, I would try to keep up everything, but it is what it is. So, I'm going back to work Monday. Very depressed about that, and you know what? I'll be okay. I always am. So let's start with AEW Collision, the second part of the Dynasty Fallout, because FTR decided to explain their actions and why they attacked Cope at Dynasty, and they claim that Cope is so selfish. So there's some other people not very happy, so they called Tony Schiavone in the ring. Mike McGinnis told him not to, And Nigel McGuinness was right because you know it you know you know you know. He said, "Don't go in the ring. Don't go in the ring." Tony goes, "They just want to talk to me. That's fine. They just want to talk." So they decided to talk. Tony Schiavone gave him his honest answers. Listen, the reason I didn't like what you did, you were wrong. You were wrong about this. Well, how will we judge your daughter for you, who's a, and you should be, went to wrestling, making straight A's in school, and you should be proud. You're proud of her. But how would she feel coming Monday morning when her friends at school, kids at school, telling her that your dad turned his back on Coke and they were about to hurt him? Nigel McGuinness would have had none of it, and he yelled to Tony, "Get out of the ring, get out of the ring!" Right? Daniel Garcia decided to try to say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" They pushed him down. They apologized. They gave him a hug. Daniel Garcia doesn't know what the heck is going on. Daniel Garcia goes and checks on Tony Schiavone. Says, "I'm fine. Don't worry about it." And then Nigel McGuinness, "If you go in there again, if you don't go in there, I would kill you." I was like, they would have killed him before you would have gotten the chance, Nigel. I always said, they would have killed me if you had, and not give you the chance. But I will not get in the ring anymore. I don't trust those guys. You can't trust FTR. FTR was being such scumbags, and oh boy. I'll tell you one thing right now. I'm thinking about adding them to my Lima Don't Play That list. And I've already had a lot of wrestlers on that list, that's for sure. And Toni Storm, the Timeless One, the AEW Women's World Champion, after a successful title defense against Megan Bayne, who, if I were Megan Bayne, next time picture Toni Storm as Hordak if you want to beat her. But Toni Storm is way more beautiful than Hordak, let me tell you. Anyways, you don't know who Hordak is, look him up. All right. You'll know who I'm talking. If you're an old school '80s cartoon fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So she addresses the Owen Hart and remaining Owen Hart participants in the tournament. She roasted on each and every one of them. Roasted on Billy Starks, roasted on Jamie Hayter, roasted on Mercedes Moné, and roasted on Chris Statlander, and roasted on Harley Cameron, and roasted on Athena. But she's looking forward to defending her title at All In against the winner of that tournament. A lot of people would say Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm, so and that could be something that a lot of folks want to see. Speaking of the Women's Owen Hart Tournament, number 3, Billy Starks went one-on-one with Jamie Hayter, and Jamie Hayter. This was a hard-fought matchup between the former Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, the first one, inaugural champ, and the former AEW Women's World Champ. Jamie Hayter did pick up the victory in that matchup, so that was good. So the Death Riders, well, they were supposed to defend the trios titles against the Ops. That'll be the Ops. That'll be Team of Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. But Pac got injured in a matchup last week, and got injured, I think, in the match during Dynasty. Was unable to compete and unable to tag team titles, but they're allowing John Moxley to step in to be the interim trio champion. So it will still be the Death Riders, but this time John Moxley replaces Pac in the tag team title defense against the Ops, and they address that situation. So there's that. Well, the Gates of Agony against the Collins brothers, Johnny and Ricky Collins of Smash and Burn, in a tag matchup, and the Gates of Agony did win the matchup. Lexi Nair interviewed FTR as they were about to leave the arena, and then 2.0 against Daddy Magic Matt Menard and Cool Hand Angelo Parker confronted them, and they said, "Well, you want a challenge for the match tonight? That's fine." So they said they'll get ready for the matchup. Then Anthony Bowens took on Blake Christian, and Anthony Bowens did pick up the victory, though. Big Shotty Lee Johnson got involved during the matchup, but didn't do Blake Christian any good. And then Bowens addresses the Springfield crowd after the match and said, "Come, it's your opening challenge. Come one, come all." Could it be it challenging back Max Caster? Who knows? And Megan Bayne in a women's handicap match, this is the first, against Little Mean Kathleen, LMK, and Kelly Madan. And Megan Bayne beat them both. I think she pictured Little Mean Kathleen and Kelly Madan as Hordak and Katra, or something like that, and then they beat him. Kevin Knight went one-on-one with AF Fox in a great matchup, and Kevin Knight ended up winning the match, so that's good. And the Gates of Agony decided to issue a challenge to the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team titles. This would be a great matchup if they decide to sign it up. We'll find out this coming Wednesday. 2.0, it's Daddy Magic Matt Menard and Cool Hand Angela Parker. Cool Hand Ange, well, they went up against FTR, and FTR beat the snot out of 2.0. I mean, they busted Matt Menard wide open. They knocked out Angela Parker. The guy's a father and a husband now, for God's sake. What does Ruby Ruby Soho, I should say, think about this? Man, well, I'm hoping. I'm sure she's probably scared for her husband's life, for goodness sakes. Daniel Garcia comes back out to watch the match, but then tries to stop FTR. He goes to check on 2.0, his buddies, and then FTR attacks Daniel Garcia. Tony Schiavone's right. You can't trust FTR, man. FTR's gone cuckoo. You know, I'd be shocked if making an alliance with the Young Bucks or the Death Riders or something, man. Or will the Pinnacle could be, this could intertwine if you think about it. If FTR wants the tag team titles back that badly, and the Hurt Syndicate has those titles, and they decide not to let MJF in, if I want MJF, reunite the Pinnacle. That's something that, but I'm not MJF, and he's better than me, and I know it. Who cares? Whoopie-doo. That beaver's looking, but I'll roast him when the time comes. Meanwhile, while the referees and security trying to get, they hit a referee. Mike Posey got nailed this time around, not Paul Turner. And I'm telling you something right now. I mean, and they proceeded to hurt Garcia. And then finally, the Undisputed Kingdom came out and started to put a stop to all this and go after FTR. The Undisputed Kingdom and FTR. I'll tell you what, that'll be a heck of a match as well. But I'm sure Adam Cole and the boys respect Daniel Garcia and Cope. So that could be something. That could be something there. So then the final semifinal, quarterfinal match for the Women's Owen Hart Tournament, as the lovely Harley Cameron going up against the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. That would be Athena, who's been the longest reigning champion. I think she's going to hit 1,000 days as champion. I got a good feeling about it. But Athena showed everybody why she is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Now, I said that Harley Cameron's got a bright future. I mean, she's a multi-talented young lady. She can sing. She can sing. She does ventriloquism. She can sing. She does ventriloquism, and she does a great job in the ring. Her wrestling skills, well, all they need to do is get up to par and get up on the level of say, like a Athena or Mercedes Moné, or even, someone better. And I think she learned a lot from Saraya, too. So that was very helpful. But Athena did pick up the victory. Mercedes Moné addresses the Owen Hart Tournament and Athena, a dream matchup happening in the semifinals this coming Wednesday in Mercedes Moné's hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. Let's see what happens. A battle of champions in the City of Champions. And then finally, the third quarterfinal matchup for the men's Owen Hart Tournament. Brody King, accompanied by the lovely Julia Hart, went up against Konosuke Takeshita. No Don Callis. I think Don Callis is scared of Brody King. But in the end, Konosuke Takeshita has won the matchup, will face Will Ospreay in the semifinals. And the winner will face either Kyle Fletcher or the winner of the Hangman Adam Page and Wild Card. So I get a hunch it might be Josh Alexander, but who knows for sure. So we'll see what happens. If it is Josh Alexander, it'll be a heck of a matchup for sure against Hangman Adam Page, but we'll see. So that is it. That's all the time we have. Episode 2171. Tomorrow, the final day I have off until I go back to work Monday, and I'm sure I'm going to do some more cleaning and all that. Some stuff there at the mall, as you know. This is the final week before Easter also. So, yeah, so a week from tomorrow is Easter. Right now, I think tomorrow is Palm Sunday. So, read the palm of my hand. No, I'm kidding. Tomorrow is Palm Sunday, so. So I hope to see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Do It for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.